Who in their right mind would want a messed up brain? Who wants a ruined future? I mean, if you asked a fool if they wanted a damaged brain and a shattered future, they'd say heck no. And I'm sure you're thinking the same thing right now. But what if I told you that almost all teenagers today, at this very second, have 5 habits that are threatening to ruin their future and are slowly frying their brains? The scary part is, most of them don't even realize they're chained to these habits, and they might only wake up when it's already too late. So in this video, we're going to break down those 5 habits. Why are they so common among teens? How do they actually mess up your brain and make your future look bleak? And most importantly, what's the solution? How can you break free? I know you're a teen who wants a healthy brain and a bright future. So listen up and let's dive in. The person you are today is literally the result of the habits you've built. If you feel like you haven't achieved anything or your life is all over the place, take a good look at your habits. That's where you'll find your answer. Right now, so many people have bad habits that are slowly but surely destroying their lives, their brains, and their futures without even realizing it. Let's go. The first habit is being a slave to your mood. A lot of the teens I know, especially my younger self, used to think that fighting your feelings or forcing yourself to do something you didn't feel like was a bad thing. So when assignments pile up, or you plan to work out but you're feeling lazy, you end up waiting for the right mood to hit. The problem is, your mood is like the weather. You can't control it. Sunny one day, stormy the next. And the worst part? Every time you give in to laziness, your brain never gets trained to be disciplined. A lot of people have the wrong idea about discipline. What is it really? Here's the simplest definition. Discipline is doing what you have to do, period. It doesn't matter if you're feeling on top of the world or totally crushed. When you still brush your teeth even though you're lazy, that's discipline. When you don't feel like taking your little sibling to school but you do it anyway, that's discipline. This discipline is the basic building block for achieving anything in your life. The scary thing is, the more you become a slave to your feelings, the more soft and weak-willed you become. On the flip side, there's an explanation from Andrew Huberman, a famous American neuroscientist. He says that every time you successfully force yourself to do something when you don't feel like it, it's like you're building a muscle in your brain, like someone's first time at the gym. The more you train it, the neural pathway in your brain for fighting laziness gets thicker and stronger. Eventually, convincing yourself to work hard becomes easy. You'll find it way easier to get yourself to do anything you need to do, regardless of your mood. You become the master, not the slave. So let me ask you, is this habit in your life? If yes, you gotta start forcing yourself to fight your mood when there's something that needs to be done. If not, your life will get stuck, and your brain will lack the foundational element to achieve anything in life. Discipline. Now honestly, teens today, or you watching this, have the potential to achieve something great, but it gets totally nerfed or blocked by the second habit. I'm sure some of you have this one. Caring too much about what other people think. The dumbest thing I ever did when I first wanted to start making content was thinking more about what people would say, rather than whether it was good for me. So I kept delaying building this channel until I read a quote from Aristotle. There is only one way to avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. So the point is, as long as you're alive, you will never be able to avoid people's comments, judgments, or opinions. So it's foolish to expect something that is guaranteed to happen in life not to happen. It's like hoping you'll never die, but you definitely will. It's even more foolish to hold ourselves back from doing something because we're scared of what people might say, or because we hope to avoid being judged. Because let's be real. People will talk and judge no matter what, whether you achieve your dreams or not. Your dreams, your ideal job, or the life you want won't just happen if you don't work for it. So prioritize what deserves to be prioritized. Clearly, it's your dreams, not other people's perspectives or their judgments of you. Just by existing in this world, you are guaranteed to be judged. Meanwhile, your dreams, if you don't work for them, you won't get them. See my point? Not to mention the effect on your brain. Every time you get anxious about what people say, the part of your brain called the amygdala, the fear center, goes into overdrive. Your brain hits the panic button, as if saying, "Watch out, there's a social threat." This ends up flooding your body with stress hormones. If this keeps happening, your ability to think clearly and creatively takes a nosedive. Your mental energy gets wasted overthinking people's opinions instead of being used for innovation. Clearly, your future is the one that takes the hit. I know, I get it. It might be hard for you to break free from this second habit. If you're struggling with this, vent in the comments below. Me and the rest of the squad got your back. This third habit is arguably the biggest dream killer for teens, which is procrastination. Let me ask you, how many of your ideas, tasks, or assignments have you said you'd do tomorrow or later, but until now they're not finished, or you haven't even started? If yes, then you've got the procrastination bug. You better fix it quickly before your future and brain become the victims. This isn't just about laziness. Procrastination is the #1 dream killer living in the brains of teenagers. The cause is simple. Our brains are naturally programmed to avoid discomfort and difficult tasks, the ones that require deep thinking or have uncertain results. All of that makes our brain freak out. So, to protect itself, our brain chooses short-term pleasures like scrolling through social media over the temporary pain of doing that task. Now, because distractions or escapes from this discomfort are everywhere, like scrolling, gaming, watching movies, this habit is getting more and more ingrained in teens. So your brain gets used to putting off work, and clearly your future is the victim again. The way to beat it is simple. Since procrastination comes from your brain viewing a task as something uncomfortable it wants to run from, you make that heavy task seem light by using the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself, I'm going to work on this task, but only for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I'm free to stop if I want. Then, set a timer and just start. The crazy thing is, once 5 minutes pass, you'll probably find yourself wanting to keep going. Now, the next life-ruining habit is being a hardcore gamer, but not a pro player. If you're a teen who plays games 8 to 10 hours a day, whose whole life has moved into the game, busy leveling up, ranking up, or building skills in the game, while your real life is a mess compared to your game life, you need to wake up. Right now, you have the most valuable currency in the world, even more valuable than dollars, gold, or crypto. Time. And the people I'm talking about are burning that money, time, without any real return, just to chase a rank or virtual items that are worthless in the real world. Let's do a quick calculation. Let's say a modest 4 hours a day for 3 months totals over 350 hours. Those 350 hours are enough to master the basics of high-value skills like video editing, copywriting, or digital marketing. It's enough to build a better body through exercise. I bet in those 3 months you could have earned your first dollar online, or at least have a body that makes you way more confident. As for your future, don't even ask. You're not just losing time, you're losing momentum. While your friends are building skills, networking, and starting their careers, you're still stuck in the game lobby. When you finally wake up at age 25, you'll be shocked to see your friends have run far ahead, while you're still busy with a game that gets reset every few months. I think you're already aware enough about this gaming thing. Cut it down and start building habits that create the life you want, starting now. But in my opinion, gaming isn't always brain-rotting. It can even have some positive benefits for the brain. However, this fifth habit is the one that truly messes up your brain. Pornography. Out of the 4 habits we discussed earlier, I think this one is the most damaging to the brain. How is it not damaging? If gaming gives you instant dopamine, porn gives you a dopamine bomb. It's a supernormal stimulus, something way more extreme than anything natural. As a result, over time, the dopamine receptors in your brain get numb. You end up needing weirder and more extreme content just to feel that same temporary high. I'm dead serious. There are tons of studies about this. The most devastating part is that the part of your brain whose job is to put the brakes on urges and think long-term, the prefrontal cortex, gets weaker. This clearly turns the quality of your everyday decisions to trash. Then, your ability to focus on other things like studying or work plummets because your brain is always distracted, craving another hit. As for your future, just imagine living with declining brain function, poor focus, and all your time and potential wasted on watching porn and masturbating. Not to mention your body feeling lethargic and drained afterward. So, out of these 5 habits, comment below which ones you have, and which one is the hardest for you to break. And if you think there's another damaging habit we haven't discussed, write it in the comments and share how you deal with it, so the rest of the Mindset Squad can get some help. I know it's really hard to break free from these bad habits. In the next video, I'll break down the science of how you can rewire your brain to break free from these habits for good. So make sure you're following this channel so you don't miss it. Hope this video was useful. Keep grinding, fam.